тебе є кишенька для, щоб потримати?
Потримай.
Так. Дай я їм помахаю.
Я розстібну.
4
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and goodbye.
Ліжко розкладається, згоріще ліжко.
А ось драбина.
Да.
Ще тільки двоє людей у нас.
Воно ж більше цих чоловік.
Hello. Hello, Glenn. Hello, everybody. Hello.
А розсутись, хтось мені
Зараз.
Hello.
Нам треба
Darina.
посохнути.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
We are on the train. Big news. Big news. We are on the train. And this train is international. Hi. Wow, Darina is on the train for the first time. What an experience. Daddy takes this, Daddy takes that.
А я вдруге вже бачу. Ні, ти
Окей.
втретє. Чого втретє?
And there is my sister, her husband, and my father, who came to say goodbye to us. Because we don't know when we will see each other next time. Хорошо. And the policeman who said no videos.
Да?
Yes. And the policeman who came and said no videos. Okay, no problem. We will close the window because we are inside of the train. So inside of our train we can do whatever. Okay, guys. So there are some big news that I'd like to share. Where are you going? We are going to a safe place. We are going to Poland. We are on the train and it's
Ну, хто мені
almost
поможе?
8 p.m. right now, and about almost at 8 a.m. in the morning we will be in Poland. We will be in the town of Przemysl, and later we will change the train and we will go to another beautiful place in Poland, which is Kyiv in Ukrainian, Kraków in Polish. Okay, the train moves. I have to say goodbye to the sister. Without the camera, I will come back. Пока.
Пока.
Пока, Катька.
Катька знімає штани. Дарина знімає шапку. Всі роздягаються. Тут дуже
Я вже з ними
тепло.
напокакалась.
Покакали. Давай. О, дітки.
Вже поїзд їде. Так. Ми вже поїхали.
Що там було?
Окей.
Я
Хорошо,
бачу.
якщо не хочеш на відео, можеш коментарі.
Мама розумна.
Зараз я тебе розберу.
Зараз
Катька,
там
давай
розберу.
свої речі сюди.
Окей, окей.
Але я хочу
Окей.
теж щось бачити.
Щось бачите? Ну, добре.
Ну ось. Я хочу
Окей, Катя
Ми ж
said,
не
Катя
вечеряли.
already said, I want to eat.
Ми ж не вечеряли,
Interesting.
мамо.
Так, зараз повечеряємо. Well, in fact, the decision to do so was taken some time ago when I realized that Serhiy will be demobilized, and before he was even demobilized, I took the train tickets to Poland for all of us. Why do we go to another country? We go abroad to a safe place. Basically, we are moving out of the war zone because now our family is full and now we can be together. And now, first of all, I have a physical possibility to leave Ukraine, to leave the war zone and take my children to the safe place. Without Serhiy, this would be very difficult
А це
because, well,
Що це
because
таке?
of this. Many children. Yes, Darina is very small. Taras is a little
Ні,
bigger.
дві
And
дитини і
Katya
одна
is,
тварина.
she says she is an animal. Basically, Katya has Asperger's syndrome, which is like form of autism. So she needs some more care than average child of her age. Sergey for the 8 months was serving in the army. Thank you for your service, Sergey.
Діти мого віку, і навіть в погану кампанію робиш шкоду.
He is back home, and according to the law, he can move outside of Ukraine with his family, with his children. So this is what our legislation, what our armed forces of Ukraine says, that
Завдяки
father
Дарині
of
ми
3 and more
змогли
children
поїхали.
must stay with the family, yes, can stay with the family and take care of them instead of serving in the army. But Sergei, he volunteered to the army on the first day of the war and spent 8 months in the army. Luckily, he's alive, healthy, and he's back with us. So we went through some tough things. It was a hard decision, I guess, for him to go to the army and for me to let him go, basically, but we decided like this. And now we took another hard decision, which is to go abroad, basically for unknown period of time. Poland will stay there for about 2 weeks, maybe less, and after this we move to another country. Basically, I already have the air tickets, but I will not tell you what is this country until we get over there. Okay, YouTube time is feeding time for Darina, as you know.
Мам, мені поїзди і вагони.
Да, ми їдемо. Дарина, тьотя, hello. Now, why we have decided to do this now, not before? Why we have decided to do this at all? This decision came to me in basically one day. That was, or let's say, after one hard night. If you remember, I made a video about my depression. And
І
then,
тоді ще я не
after
їла нічого.
one sleepless night, after which I was about to take Katya to the doctor, to the psychiatrist for diagnosis. With Sergei, basically, he could be free for 1 day, especially for this, to take Katya to the doctor, because without, like, both parents should be present, both mother and father, to visit a psychiatrist in Ukraine. So just before this day, one kind woman from one country invited me to her home, and her letter was so detailed, and it had so much of information about where she lives, what she can offer, and basically she showed me that I can't say I have no choice, you know, like no option. Basically, she showed me like this is a way that you can take if you want, and these doors are free, and it's up to you. Do you go this way or no? And later this Friday, we took Katya to the doctor. Katya was diagnosed with the Asperger's syndrome, and this was after like about 1 hour of some procedures which revealed how much basically our child is traumatized and how much care she needs indeed. And when we were driving back home, on my phone I saw that the President Zelensky signed the bill into the law that parents of many children can go home from the army, that they are free from their service. And this all happened in 1 day. And this day I decided that yes, we will go this way. So it was, we needed time to prepare documents, to prepare all this confirmation that we can go abroad, for Sergei to be demobilized, for me to take the train tickets, for me to take the airplane tickets. Ні, нічого, не спитися.
Мені, будь ласка, квиточки дайте.
Зараз.
У вас бумажечки чи...
Бумажечки.
Діток, будь ласка, проконтролюйте, щоб вони так нічого не кидали. Через раночку я бужу.
З дітками ми
Гості
Да,
вже будуть,
так,
сьогодні
Що?
Сьогодні ми приїжджаємо. Тоді там.
7:20.
Ми не приїжджаємо так. Ми завжди запізнюємося.
А набагато.
По-разному, смотря як там можна нас бути наша.
А опити там можна?
Там можна як 6:30, 6 ранку я біжу. Всі
Все,
Все.
дякую.
То там може будемо толкуватися.
Okay, so I gave my train tickets. Where was I? Where was I? So basically, Sergey is laughing at me. Sergey is laughing. Kids are like, wow, we are on the train. We are driving. We want to eat, we want to drink, as always. Так можна амчик. Он, у вас в рюкзачках амчик. Раз, два, дістали амчик. Там вода, там є. Все є. Все є. Your food, your water, everything is in your backpacks. So just enjoy yourself, guys.
Казала, що вона нас о 6 ранку розбудить. Помогти тобі?
А що ще?
Казала, що будуть таможні.
So we will be crossing the border at about 6 a.m. in the morning, and after this we'll be in Poland.
Що там треба проконтролювати?
So basically this was fully my decision. To go to a safe place because I saw how much Katya was traumatized by the war and realizing, like, revealing what kind of diagnosis she's having. I realized that she's very vulnerable and, you know, there was some time
And I am an animal.
when, you know, we were ready to give it all for Ukraine. Yes, we stayed in Kyiv all of this time. My husband went to the army. I stayed in the bomb shelter with children. I did not evacuate myself. I remember those nights when I saw like another evacuation train, and I was not taking these trains. I was staying in Kyiv, and kind of back then I was feeling that this was the place where I needed to be. Because back then I was given plenty of interviews to so many countries, from Japan to the US and Canada to, I don't know, Australia, Japan, European countries, all countries but Russia and Belarus basically. Even, I don't know, China, India, no African countries. So, and I was like correspondent, you know, I was like reporting from the place of the war zone. Back then, the most absolute majority of war correspondents, any correspondents, just international correspondents, just left Kyiv because of the war. And I just realized at least someone should stay here and tell the world what's going on. That it's the real war, because remember back then the international media were saying Ukrainian crisis. What kind of crisis? A Ukrainian conflict in Ukraine? It was not a conflict. It was the war. That was Russian invasion, full-scale invasion. That was Russian attack. That was the war, not a conflict. You know. So and back then the world was giving us only 2 days, you know, they were saying Kyiv will fall in 2 days, and I was saying, you know, to the journalist, no, Kyiv will not fall because we will fight, you know, we will... А, Дарина теж хоче ням-ням. Так, я візьму один маленький Даринці, і у Тараса теж, на. So that was my mission. I just felt that was the place where I needed to be. Many people were writing me, Olena, you have to move, you have to take care of your children, save your kids first. That should be in the first place. And back then I told you guys, and thank you that you basically listened to me, and I asked you, please stop writing me that I need to leave. No, that is fully my decision to stay. I fully understand what were the possible consequences, and they could be awful, you know. You know what had happened in Bucha, in Irpin, in Borodyanka. Or Bologna, our neighborhood, was just the next. You know, it was just 10 minutes away from Bucha. But back then I just felt that was the place where we had to be. There was not much of discussion with Sergey. I will just tell one thing. On the first day on the first morning, on the 24th of February, I just asked him, because he's not talking to me, and I'm talking all the time, he's just listening and he's not talking like at all. I just asked, okay, so what do we decide? Do we run away or we stay and fight? But we understand what can be the consequences. And he said, no, we do not run away. So we stayed and we fight, you know, how we could. Now the time passed, and I feel that my mission is done, and my husband's mission basically is fulfilled too. Because basically guys like him defended Kyiv from invaders. Now the media are not saying Ukrainian conflict anymore. They say the full-scale invasion, they say the war, and more and more countries, they confirm that Russia is a terrorist state, and they hope more countries will do this soon. Now I think that it is the right time for us now to take care about ourselves, to become stronger and to fight against the enemy in a more effective way. Because, you know, the last month when I stayed with children, I didn't have much possibilities, you know, to do my YouTube channel or anything at all. Basically, I'm exhausted, to be honest. Kids are exhausted and traumatized. And it wouldn't be possible for us, you know, in Kyiv to become stronger and to be effective. So the time has come for us to kind of, I can't say it's like to take a break, because this is just, you know, the next stage of our struggle, of our fight against the enemy. The war will be, looks like it will be long and long, yes. And I will be still doing this YouTube. I hope I will be able to make some kind of new quality content. I hope that Sergei will help me with this, and my dear host family, who was just, you know, like a fairy, like in a fairy tale, invited us to live in their home and said that they will take care of us. So I hope that is the plan. But first I need really to take care of my children, of my husband, because he is very traumatized too, in fact. To take care of Katya. You know, there were like about 2 weeks when she was not eating almost anything at all, when she was almost not talking, and it was really tough and scary, and so he was still in the army. But then when he came back to the family, it became really better. It became really better, but you see what's going on in Kyiv, you see how they keep bombing, you know. Yesterday was one of the most scary days of the war, basically. I got up in the morning, all is so nice, you know, and then explosions start, and I took it to the corridor, and I think this was the first time when Sergei saw our children's frightened eyes. When you hear the explosions, when kids look at you into your eyes and like ask you, Mom, so what? And you like,
Ніколи не подивлюсь в
you
очі.
cannot like really. Yeah, Katia said I will never look into your eyes because she has Asperger's. She never looks into the eyes of anybody. And there is not much that you can do right now in this moment when missiles are flying above your head and you don't know where exactly they're gonna hit. And it's very loud. The glass was shaking, the doors opened, and the building was shaking, and it was really loud, very close to us, very traumatizing. And like when it's over, it's not really over, because you don't know when the next shelling will take place. Then no lights, no water, no electricity, no heating. Then in the evening time, that all came back, but today again there was no light, electricity, no power. Luckily right now there is internet connection, so I can talk to you and express myself. So Darina is playing with Sergei. I've read some of your comments, not all of them. Is the cat going? With the cat? The cat, no, he stayed at home. Yes, I'm coming right now to Poland, Raul. The cat stays at home, but he will not be alone because there will be another family living in our apartment instead of us. So we don't know for how long we go. Maybe for, depends on the situation, really. I'm open to everything. This is for sure, we're talking about months. I hope not years, but we'll see how it goes. The cat, yes. So he will stay at home. I wanted to take him. I knew that our cat doesn't like traveling, like at all. Every time I take him to the car, you know, just to go to a doctor, he just pees under himself and does everything else. And he's very much stressed, and then he has breathing problems too. So any relocation from our beautiful old cat who is 10 years old now is very traumatizing. But I thought, okay, but maybe this time he will go through this and I will take him. But on the website of the airlines it was written that there are some limitations, and they highly don't recommend to take some of the breeds of the animals, and one of those 5 breeds of the cats is Scottish Fold. This is the breed of my cat, because there is a very high risk of deaths on the plane, because they have the breathing problems on the flight. So after this, I have no doubts that I cannot take him with us, but he will stay at home, and there will be another family living in our apartment. And this family is a special story too, because they are distant relatives of my husband. They are from Kherson region, which was occupied from the very start of the war. In the summer, they managed to move into Ukraine from the occupied territories of Ukraine, and this is a 22 years old girl who is pregnant. She will give birth in about a month. So she moved in with her husband, and we helped them to find an apartment for free, basically, and they lived over there. But now we will take them to our apartment. Her husband is already, guess where, in the army. She is like alone, but she will give birth in about a month. But in about a month, her grandmother will come to this apartment, and they will be there. So our cat will nurse one more child soon, and by the way, this will be a girl. So all of these cozy sleeping bags that people sent me, all these flashlights, flashlights and heaters, and all these special devices for cold winter and for darkness, all of this stays in this apartment, and it will be useful for this girl. Her name is Nastya, and her child who is coming soon. So all of this, and you know, this is why I have no hard feelings that I'm leaving my cats, that I'm leaving my home, because I feel that my home is given to someone who needs it more than me. You know, everything is so relative. I mean, they moved from the place which is in much worse situation than Kyiv. Now they moved to Kyiv, and we moved from Kyiv somewhere else, where I feel that I need to do this. And this is why, by the way, I was not telling you before that I'm leaving, because I didn't want you to advise me anything. I wanted this to be my own responsibility and my own decision, and now you can criticize me or whatever. I know that maybe some people will be disappointed with this decision, like Olena got frightened, now she's running away, she's not a hero, she's not a brave person, like unsubscribe. Guys, no hard feelings. If you ever feel that you need to unsubscribe or whatever, do this. I mean, absolutely. No, I'm not here for compliments. I'm telling the story of my life and of Ukraine, and it's up to you. Are you with me or you are not with me? So absolutely, it's your personal opinion, your personal decision. But like in the spring when I was telling you, don't tell me that I should leave. Now I say, don't tell me that I have to stay, because I decided that we have to go to another place. We go out of the war zone for healing, for rehabilitation, and to improve our, all skills, and to come back to Ukraine stronger than now. I am like from the first days of the war, and right now I am optimistic that Ukraine will win for sure, Kyiv will not fall for sure. We have the support of all of the civilized world. It's strange though that the whole civilized world cannot still stop the crazy terrorist who keeps killing and destroying. I mean, Putin and the other Russians who participate in the war or support the war, even if they keep silent, they support the war. It's kind of still not understandable for me. How comes that they are still not defeated, not stopped? And but we will do this. I mean, for Ukraine, this is existential. This is why we have no choice. We will win.
Мама, там що таке було.
Гроші.
Мама, не торкаючись, згадай, носоріг це наліпка.
Ні.
Носоріг.
My dream is because war, but I thought this is not possible to fulfill, having 3 children, and but in a very